What is happening with anamorphic lenses right now? I don't really know, but I love it. It's full frame, it's single focus, it's cheap, it's a lens, an adapter, and it can be both 1.33 and 1.8. If Surei's initial anamorphic offerings were unexpected, here we go for an even more surprising release from Greatjoy, a company I'd never heard of before this lens. It seems they were listening to people's qualms with Surrey and decided to take their own shot at it. Today we're looking at their 60mm T2.9 full-frame 1.33 anamorphic lens and their 1.35 adapter that goes with it. So this is a three-part review where we'll first check out the lens, then the adapter, then the two of them together. Go get your snacks now. You have 5 seconds.
What do you think of this?
Really? Okay, GPS. Okay, are we needing cheap on this?
I don't know, I've never been there. Can we do that again?
But how is mine with the super whatever? It's a little too smooth.
Making it a tradition, Greatjoy's is a mirrorless lens. It's not compatible with EF or PL mounts, but you can get it in E, RF, Z, or L mounts. Mine is in L, and we have 0 play at the mount. It's a solid chunk of glass and metal weighing 790 grams or 1.7 pounds, and it's one of those lenses that are heavier than they look. The body is already cine style with geared iris and focus, alongside markings in meters and super smooth operation. Minimum focus is 0.7 meters, just over 2 feet, with about 180 degrees of focus throw. To push your gas a little harder, the lens goes for just under $1,000, with $750 being the early bird crowdfunding price. The 60mm focal length, combined with the 1.33 squeeze, gives you a 45mm horizontal field of view, which is plenty wide and full frame. Still, I already anticipate comments saying 60mm is way too long. Hold your horses. It'll get better when we get into the adapter later in this video, I promise. Using the S1H open gate mode, we get full coverage and no vignetting, which is pretty neat if you're into a 2:1 aspect ratio like we're doing for this video. This aspect ratio is called Univision, and we talked about it in the cookbook. You should check that out. For 16:9 cameras, like pretty much all other bodies besides Panasonic's, you get the traditional 2.36:1 cinemascope. The lens is super sharp wide open, and it only improves as you stop it down. I'm curious about your take on the flares now. There was a lot of bashing on Surei's super blue flares, so Greatjoy went the other way and has the most muted flares I've ever seen on an anamorphic lens, toe-to-toe with some of the cleanest adapters like the Isco Ultra Stars and the Schneider Cineluxes. The lens is synchro-focused, meaning the squeeze will change as you focus closer, peaking at 1.29 at minimum focus and 1.33 at infinity. The lens also breathes a little bit with a wider field of view at infinity when compared to minimum focus. The front threads are 67mm, and that's the bridge to the second part of this video, the anamorphic adapter. I thought I was done with adapters for good, but surprise, I'm not. Greatjoy's is, just like the lens, a solid unit of metal and glass, featuring focus gears and markings in meters. The rear threads are 67mm, perfect for the base lens, and front threads are 77mm with a standard 80mm outer diameter. This thing will make your setup front heavy. The adapter itself weighs 920 grams or 2 pounds, which is not that heavy for an adapter setup considering it is single focus by using a variable diopter configuration. Did you check the cookbook yet to understand this stuff? All you need to do is set your taking lens to infinity and control focusing directly on the adapter. Minimum focus is 0.7 meters again, just over 2 feet, and we have 270 degrees off throw. The body also extends while focusing, but no rotation. Unlike DIY setups and clamps, this one has a built-in solution for alignment, featuring 3 little thumb screws and a free spinning ring that, if you spin enough, can come off the back of the adapter. Still, you have a good few turns there before you have to get concerned about it. You align it just like any anamorphic adapter, but this one is a bit more challenging because the flares are super muted and you can't use them to align the lens. The squeeze factor is actually 1.35, but for the sake of usability, you can de-squeeze this to 1.33 and almost never notice the difference. The adapter features a little cheat sheet engraved on the side as to what squeeze you're getting by combining it with other anamorphics. When pairing it with my Contax spherical set, I was able to almost clean the 35mm at infinity, but close focus introduces a lot of vignetting. Based on the astigmatism we see at 85mm and above, I'm betting the variable diopter used for focusing is optimized for a 60mm taking lens. The adapter performs impressively, even at faster apertures than the original T2.8, with superb results on the 50mm f1.4. As good as the taking lens permits, to be honest. This kind of puts to rest all of SLR Magic's 1.33 anamorphots and most 1.33 vintage solutions, unless you want grungy looks and extreme flares. Considering ease of use, Greatjoy kind of also syncs the Letus anamorphics. It doesn't have the same coverage, but delivers single focus, consistent squeeze through the focus range, and is much more portable and affordable at $450 for the early bird offer and $600 after that. How are they delivering on these prices? I don't know. Iviscope, watch out, I think you're at risk. Finally, we go to the third section of this episode, pairing the adapter with the 60mm anamorphic lens. This will give you a 1.8 times squeeze and a 33mm horizontal field of view. The front of the lens is perfectly matched to the back of the adapter, both sharing 67mm threads, and all you have to do is set focus to infinity on the taking lens, allowing the adapter to take care of focusing. It's a pretty heavy setup though, at 1.7 kilograms or just under 4 pounds.
Take off.
With a combined price of $1,200 for both lens and adapter on crowdfunding, or $1,600 on regular retail, I'd say Greatjoy is aggressively taking shots at everyone in the market, including Vazen that has a 50mm T2.8 full frame 1.8 times anamorphic lens for a much higher price point. Having this combination of 1.35 and 1.33 lenses ends up creating very strong oval bokeh. Very, very close to what you get from a 2 times adapter. If you want to learn more about why this happens, tune into the cookbook. And remember that members of the channel have early access to that content, so join the team. On Greatjoy's combo, we get intense vignetting when focusing closer than 1.5 meters and filming open gate, or 16:9 full frame. These formats give us unusual aspect ratios though, and if you're doing a 4:3 center extract from full frame, you're good to go, with vignetting creeping in a tiny bit at minimum focus. Now here are a few things I wish we had. Number one is I miss flares. If they were warm, they would be dope and special. They can still be subtler than the norm, but them being so hard to see was a bit of a disappointment. I also wish we had a focus locking screw button thing for the taking lens when using the adapter. It's easy to let focus slip when handling the camera, and that can hurt shots if you're not paying close attention. Last, it would be amazing to see a faster base lens. T2.9 is plenty good, but in today's age of f/0.95 lenses, it does feel a bit slow by comparison, especially since the adapter can deliver good results at faster apertures. These are all minor notes though, compared to what you get for how much you're paying. All of what I've seen while making this review has impressed me. Lots of ideas here have been discussed in the DIY community for ages, and it's fun to see them taken up by a company capable of delivering the mechanic requirements, the optical quality, and affordable prices. I'm genuinely curious to see what we're gonna get in the next couple of years in terms of anamorphic lenses. It was a great joy to experiment with this lens, and I hope to see more of these. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and I'll see you soon. Zit de Verheddings out.